helped with the open house yesterday, from the faculty to the students, mainly a young people.
We talked about that, right?
And Professor also, thanks for a great job. It was a great first open house. We really appreciate your efforts. And feliz cumpleaños, Profe Pickering. All right, so we have another student speaker today, and really like you to give him your full attention again. Front of one. Now? Oh, hello. Wow. Okay, that was very loud. All right. So, hard to speak in front of hard people. So, if you could please face forward and give Sept his due here. He is going to speak about a great passion of his.
Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, I am Malik. I'm a senior and I like planes. There's been an underlying question that a lot of people want to know the answer to. Why do I like plane spotting? So those of you who have wondered for so long, you're finally going to get your answer. So first, what is plane spotting? So plane spotting is the act of tracking the movement of aircraft, typically with a camera. What plane spotters generally try to get pictures of are as many aircraft of a given type, particular airline, or a particular subset of aircraft, usually commercial jets. The most exciting part about plane spotting is when we catch sight of planes that have special liveries, so basically airplane uniforms on them, like these two. Yes, so you have, on the left here, you have a On-Upon Airways Boeing 777 with the Star Wars character BB-8, and on the right, you have a Qantas Dreamliner with artwork made from an Aboriginal woman, the art name Yam Dreaming. However, plane spotters also take pictures of military and vintage aircraft. Usually at air shows. What was exciting about going to one air show in particular, which was the Wings over Camarillo air show in Camarillo, California, was having the opportunity to meet one of the pilots of the Tuskegee Airmen, Lieutenant Bob Friend. So the Tuskegee Airmen was an all-black fire squadron who fought during World War II. If you guys have heard of the movie Red Tails, which is on the left here, he's one of the actual pilots who flew as a Tuskegee Airman. Plane spotters also want to know ahead of time of which planes are taking off and landing. So we use apps that help us track aircraft way before the time they land or take off, such as Flight Radar 24 and FlightAware. So you see the GIF on the left that shows a 24-hour time lapse of air traffic around the world. So you can see, how a lot of the planes disappear once night falls. And then on the right is FlightAware, which shows the busy airspace over New York City, because it has 3 airports: New York, JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark. Along with apps, plane spotters can also listen to air traffic control, so this is actually SFO's air traffic control tower. So that's actually what you would hear, when you're coming in to land. While listening, you'll also be able to know ahead of time who's actually landing and taking off. And actually, I can actually pull up the app right now. So this is what we use to basically know what plane's taking off, which one's landing, and yeah. Now back to the pictures. Usually plane spotters will post their pictures on Facebook, Instagram, etc. By the way, my Instagram is Espo Aviator, you can give that a follow. Yes. please give that a follow. However, we have special websites that were specifically created for plane spotters to share their photos with each other around the world. So, such as two of them being airliners.net and jetphotos.com. So, that's what plane spotting generally is. Now, I'm going to get into my backstory. Part of the reason why I got into plane spotting was because of my baba, which is my father. However, that interest was actually passed down from his father. You can see right here, this is my grandfather, Merlin. He lived in the small city of Lafayette, Louisiana, which is west of Baton Rouge in New Orleans. After high school, he decided to join the Air Force in 1948, so that's him on the left. He didn't want to be a fighter pilot, however, he actually worked in communications. Now, why would you want to work in communications? Grandpa Merlin wanted to travel the world, outside the boundaries of the segregated South he grew up in. He wanted to do this not only for himself, but also for his children so that they could grow up with a better perspective of themselves. He was stationed in 3 European countries, the UK, Germany, and Italy. When my father was around 7 years old, my grandfather took him to watch military and commercial jets take off and land at Rhein-Main Air Force Base outside of Frankfurt, Germany. The reason he did this was to teach my Baba about the importance of the airplane and how much it was and still is a technological marvel. In his mind, it represented the ability to be able to travel anywhere around the world in a relatively short amount of time. It allowed people to explore other cultures. Now, back to how my Baba influenced my interest in aviation. When I was about a year old, my Baba would take me to watch planes at SFO. First, plane spotting was just a weekend activity for the both of us. As time went on, though, my father explained to me how his passion for plane spotting developed through his experiences with his father. This is where my interest in aviation really took off, pun intended. Yes, really that fun. My father gave me binoculars that his father would use and pass on to him. Over the years, the many times we went to go plane spotting strengthened our father-son bond. However, it started growing into a more serious hobby for me. Around elementary school, I started meeting other people who were also interested in plane spotting. That's when I noticed that not only did people use binoculars, they also used cameras. When I got to Bay, I took Karen's digital imaging class and became more comfortable with using a camera. Between freshman and sophomore year, I bought my first camera. One of the main reasons why I got a camera was because I found out about plane spotting websites where I could share my images with other plane spotters. Even though I was enjoying the fact that other people liked my hobby, I actually wanted to be part of a group that took plane spotting seriously like I do. I searched on Instagram and saw that SFO was having a quote-unquote spotting event. When I saw this, it was peculiar because airport officials usually saw plane spotters as trespassers because we would always try to find the closest locations to the airport. To see that the airport was actually inviting us to a spotting event was also a big win for us. Having something in common with these people, with the same interest made it easier to get acquainted with them. That's how I met these guys. So, fun fact, there's actually another Bay student here who's also a plane spotter. His name is Ryan Sullivan, who's a sophomore. That's him on the closer row on the left, and that's me right behind him. So through this spotting group, I became so passionate in plane spotting that I also did it at other airports. So here's two of my pictures from San Francisco, two of my pictures from Oakland, San Jose, Los Angeles, San Diego, Palm Springs, Seattle, Portland, Phoenix, and then just yesterday, Santa Rosa, which was the Wings Over Wine Country Air Show. So what do I learn from this? If you have a certain hobby that may sound unusual to other people, you should embrace and enjoy it. It's what makes you unique. What makes it even better is that most likely there are other people around the world who also share your hobby. Thank you.